Welcome to Dark Goddess Moon Tarot. I'm Olivia, and I have a message for someone that really needs to hear it right now. You may be going through a situation that is extremely painful right now, and it's completely understandable that your hope has been lost along the way. If that's not the state you're in, then this is not going to be your reading. Feel free to check out my channel. I do zodiac readings and collective messages. But if you are in a state of hopelessness, this is a message your spirit team, your higher self, the universe really wants you to hear right now. Okay, let's get into it. So I had no idea. I was going to just film a random collective reading, and the three oracle cards, I had no idea what it was going to be about. The three oracle cards that popped out were hope, so we are going to get into that, direction, and higher power. And the higher power card speaks to, I just saw 1111, or not 111 on the timer, 111, angel number 111. Higher power speaks to, in this oracle card, speaks to the higher power that we all have access to within us. So we're going to start with this idea of hope, being hopeless, feeling hopeless, not having a direction, not feeling a connection to anything outside of us. And we're going to talk about polyvagal theory and how it relates. Stay with me. So, the message that I had written down is, even though it's completely understandable to feel hopeless based on your current situation, it's imperative, it's crucial that in times like these that we cling on to any glimmers of hope that we can. And let's see, the guidebook for this oracle card, hope, says, to be completely hopeless is to be empty and devoid of that drive that keeps you moving and keeps you pushing forward in a direction of healing and peace. So we're going to get to the direction card in a moment, but it ties in. And then the author goes on to say, the cosmos above you is always there to serve as a reminder that only the tiniest glimmer, like the stars that are light years away from you, is required to keep the hope burning deep within you. The tiniest glimmer is required to keep the fire of hope burning deep within you. The direction card speaks to your inner compass. Your inner compass knows the way, your spirit knows the way. In terms of glimmers of hope, I was taking notes from this video I watched on polyvagal theory, and I will link the video in the description, and I'll leave a pinned comment so that you can access the video if you'd like to take a look. One of the notes I took from the video was when they were talking about glimmers of, I don't believe they said of hope, like this book, like the guidebook is saying to the oracle card, glimmers of hope, but they talked about glimmers. Noticing micro moments of peace or joy, known as glimmers, can be helpful to get us in getting us back to a ventral vagal state faster. I'm going to talk about the states in a second. Like muscle toning, it's possible to increase vagal tone so that we can cope better with stress and return to a ventral vagal state faster. So this polyvagal theory speaks to a ladder of sorts, where the top rung of the ladder is the ventral vagal social engagement state, and it's a state of safety in which we can emotionally relate and connect to others. So it's like the top rung. It's where we want to be, where we feel safe to interact with other people. The next rung down is a sympathetic activation. It's a defensive state in which we're in that fight or flight activation. And then the lowest rung, which is the dorsal vagal, or the shutdown state, freeze, where we are feeling numb and disconnected from others and the world around us. So the goal is to do vagus nerve activation practices on the regular so that we can regulate our emotions and our stress and traumas, so that we are less likely to be activated in the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight, the defensive state, or so that when we are like triggered and in that fight or flight state where our sympathetic nervous system is activated, we can utilize these tools. So finding glimmers of hope is one of those practices, and I'm going to talk about several others in a moment. But it's, noticing the micro moments, the glimmers, and so gratitude journaling could be one of those things, right? Just as an example. But ways to activate the vagus nerve to help get us out of that fight or flight are going to be, of course, like long, slow, deep breathing. So developing a breathing practice. You can look into box breathing, psychological sighing, which is 2 inhales and an extended exhale, vibrations from singing, humming, chanting. And it's interesting that we have the higher power card coming out because it is a card of frequency and vibration. So we will talk about that as well in a moment. But I just want to give you some exercises. Cold exposure, like cold showers or splashing your face with cold water, a blast of cold air through an open window. And then, of course, like exercise or movement, like walking or running, weightlifting, somatic exercises. And then a couple others, we have our laughter as in watch something that makes you laugh, talk to someone that makes you laugh if you have someone in your life like that. Body scan meditation, and self-havening are techniques you can use if you are in that fight or flight state. If you're not in the fight or flight state right now, doing this research and reprogramming when you're in a more calm state is very helpful for future triggers. But holding on to these glimmers of hope is really, really important. So finding little positives, little micro moments of peace or joy in your day. Maybe it's like seeing a beautiful flower outside on your walk and connecting with that flower. Maybe it is the taste of your coffee in the morning, a really good cup of coffee or tea or whatever brings you joy. These small moments of joy in our surroundings can help us return to a ventral vagal state faster. Remember that ventral vagal is the top rung of the ladder, where we feel emotionally connected to others. We feel safe emotionally to be around, to connect, to relate to others. So the higher power card talks about, in fact, I'm just going to read a couple of sentences from the guidebook. You are a being of higher consciousness. You, as a being of higher consciousness, are entirely able to teach yourself to regulate your own frequency from high to low, low to high, however you wish. With time and practice, it is a force which is able to be in your complete control. Now, I know it may not feel like that right now. When you're feeling hopeless, it doesn't feel like you're in control. But this is a call from Spirit, from your higher self to look into this. Concentrate upon the frequency you emit and gauge whether it is high or low in nature. Test yourself and see how you can alter it. And then the direction card is a reminder that we have an inner compass. We all have an inner compass within us. You may want to look into your North Node if you're into astrology. It's going to be helpful for someone. I'm having some issues with my throat chakra, so that might be something you're dealing with as well. Expression, feeling safe and comfortable to express yourself. I hope that it's a very short message, but it's very clear that you are capable of finding small glimmers of hope. You are capable of reconnecting with your inner compass. You are capable of changing the frequency at which you are vibrating. You are capable of changing your mental, emotional state. You are capable of regulating, and you are capable of finding the inspiration that resides within you to put you on a path of healing and of creativity, I'm hearing. So, once again, I'm going to link the video I watched on polyvagal theory and faulty neuroception if that's something you're interested in, and check out your zodiac readings for your sun sign, moon sign, rising or ascendant sign, and Venus sign, and that will help give you a more well-rounded picture of what's going on in your energy right now. If you found this video helpful, please do like the video and subscribe to the channel so that I can better tap into your energy and give you the best guidance possible along your spiritual healing journey. And until the next time, remember, you are not alone, even though it may feel that way. Your life, your world is not hopeless, even though it may feel that way. You have a higher power that resides within you, and you're going to access it. Until the next time, I am sending you so much love. Take care.